I'm doing some AFK stuff on RuneScape because it leaks. Um, I kind of want to set up the thing so that the tabletop is like shown with on the water fox. Which, by the way, I opened up the water fox and the first thing I'm hit with is like 24/7 roulettes. I'm like, let me go to Harlonde on this. We're waiting for people and setting up stuff. Like one of the things I've set up is I don't have my like water jug. It needs to be washed, my opinion at least. So it's been not getting washed because I put it in the dishwasher and we just haven't started that thing because we don't have enough people. Well, like, people. We don't have enough things in there, according to my father. So my fucking thing, my desk is just like four things of ice water, like cups. Pedro needs 5 minutes as he's finishing something, and it's not the game I was playing, but it's still on. What? I mean, to be fair, it's normally true. Um, yeah, I kind of want to like set up the RuneScape thing where it's just this teeny little thing in the corner, like really small. There we go. Now people can, if they're really interested in my Catalyst League progress, they can see me probably sit at rituals the entire night. My character's waving his arms around some ink patterns. Gotta rejoin as a player. What I look forward to is people are eventually just going to see like RuneScape become like inactive in the corner of the screen because I'm gonna stop paying attention entirely. Um, yeah. Playing my weird little idle game thing I do on Steam that I do merely because of the Steam achievements. But at this point, I'm just trying to become so strong that the Steam achievements are obtained faster when I don't have Steam achievements left to do on them. So like to get to wave like 1600 for some of the new things are like shilling out. Like I need to like actually like set up a formation and then leave my computer for 4 hours. And it'd be nicer if I just only needed to leave for an hour. So the thing is the idle game has a lot of characters from people's D&D campaigns, like the people that like Critical Role and stuff, right? But some of the characters are like official characters, and I forget how weird some of the characters are because like I'm upgrading a new character that I got called Quent, which is an old character. I just didn't have him, and one of his like abilities that you can choose to upgrade is an image of him inhaling, and it's like, do you smell that? And you get more power the more dwarves you have in your party. And I forgot that sometimes writers are weird little shits where they're just like, yeah, his power is that he's stinky and he likes to smell other male dwarves. Smelly. Like, this is a real character, by the way. If you like look for the spiked armor dwarf, it's that guy. Yeah, he's the first guy that comes up when you search that. He is Wibble Dwarf Quint. Yeah, so if Pat does build it, we just point at him and go, stinky, stinky. Uh, yeah, in character. I'm sure Pat smells perfectly fine. I'm not going to check, but you know. You're telling me Nori doesn't smell like Wakame? Yeah, that's where that was gonna lead to. Who? All right. Oh, you're looking at the thing I was talking about. Mm. Just so you know, I feel I feel like they're bitches, the people that make that idle game, because I can't remember the people because why should I care about those guys? You know that one lady that was like, "Oh yeah, he was a bad person and abusive and cheating on me," and then we found out that wasn't true at all. Yeah. So, yeah, I guess his name's Pro. So, anyways, she and him had her and his D&D characters in the game, and when that situation happened, they just removed his character and replaced it with like a new guy that didn't have the same affiliation bonus for being in with them. So just some weird replacement that's just objectively a worse character overall because he doesn't have the affiliation bonus. And then after it was revealed that she was the one wrong and everything, they just didn't update the thing to like remove her. Like they kept her in the game, removed him, and basically became a controversy. But like many controversies, where if you're a company and you just don't address it at all, it's forgotten. Yes, Spurt. I think he's pretty strong too, but I wouldn't know because I don't use him. 'Cause he's where I think he's in the same slot that I use in Presto Majesto. Huh. I know the story. Yeah, there's that's his ultimate ability is that he kills himself, and then Spurt's ghost takes over. And Spurt's ghost is strong. Yeah, I don't know a lot of the characters. I use the Dark Urge to stack up tons of DPS, and I use the Saturday morning D&D characters for their affiliation bonuses. Mostly because their whole shtick is like scavenging things. So it's just free. It's just free crap. Yeah. Oh yeah, the nerds. Yeah, they had a cross promotional with nerds. You can still get them, by the way. It just costs like a bunch of gems, and they're not even good. But I mean, I needed characters, so I have them. Do I use them? No. Uh, it's a fun game conceptually, but actually playing it, it is just set up your units and leave. Like I stand by my Steam review from like forever ago, where it's not exactly fun to sit there for 30 minutes and then reset, and then the next area sit there for 50 minutes and then reset, and And the next area after that is sit there for an hour and a half and reset. Because the early game is just balls, but leaving it open forever and then converting all of that stuff into the favor system that lets you get permanent upgrades, it became way more tolerable. But that's still like really stupid to like have as your system. Like the early game is them going, come on, drop money, drop money. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay. Do you do you not want to tell why, or like it's fine if you don't? I'm just curious. Okay. Oh, okay. Fair enough. All right. No, no, I get it. I just was curious. And it's fair enough. I mean, if you gotta make Saturday like a do-it-yourself fix-it day thing, like I get it. Yeah, I know. On the one hand, I'm thinking like you should be able to knock that out in like a couple of weeks, because once you tear up the floors, you're going to want to do that, like fix that like immediately. But I also understand that there's no fucking telling what nonsense you're going to have happen to you. Like you're gonna tear up your floors and you're gonna find like a body underneath and just add a month of issues. Oh, more fun. I don't know shit about basements. I don't have any. Mm-hmm. Isn't that the fucking foundation? Okay. I don't know about that, but it's your house. Mm. Yeah. Okay. I guess we'll wait a moment before starting the game. I want Pat to be like, I've been away from my wife and child for 20 years. Wakame comes in, 17 years old. Yeah, where's your loot? I can solve this. I can solve this. It's on loot. Where in here? You're fucking. This list is insane. It's who organizes this? No, I know it's there. I'm trying to find out where the headband is in this list. Oh, okay. Okay, those are the experimental potions. These are potion oil. Oh, it's at the top? No, that's a cure light wound. Oh, I'm in potions. Um, minor, minor bag of holding. Okay, here we go. Headband of charisma +4 confiscated by the Iron Empire. All right, now there's no more confusion about that. I think Steven took it then, right? Well, let's go look at Imashi. Okay. Well, it's easy enough to say. Easy enough to say it got lost, and I'll just throw like 8,000 gold in your payment to make up for what it could have been. You know, assuming. So yeah, we'll keep going. So we are. Uh, that. Or I guess I could just do this. There's no reason to like just go to a map if we're not using it. So you guys are looting the bodies, and then during all the nonsense, Quentin comes by, and you guys keep your hands to yourselves so you don't look like monsters. And Quentin picks up the headband, and he's just like, you know, well, all this suffering is over. We'll be dismantling the camps, seeing as how these people will leave behind a contingent to make sure that they have the means of repairing themselves. But I believe your work here is over. If you if need be, you can leave with me, but like I said, I won't be leaving for some time. I'm going to be setting it up so that these people that we were protecting here will be able to do so safely. Um, well, it's a rough calculation, considering that it's been some months since I've been deployed here, placement of Viral. But given the rotation of the islands and You're referring to, of course, the capital, right? Holy shit. Never mind. I rolled a natural 20. He goes, 373 miles. Sorry, 373,000. Fucking, let me look at teleport again. I remember it was 3 teleports. Like, 373, that's not right. Hold on. It is, uh, oh no, yeah, it is 373 miles. It's more than all right. You don't need to help. You've done enough. Well, given what you've informed me, it was only a matter of time before Kato had realized his mistake about our passing. And one could argue that it was my fault for trying to liberate cities without fully being aware of the situation. Just out of character. It's like the I will be the bigger man. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you want, you can say something where it's like, none of us could have known the dangers that the Gum, sorry, Gorham? The Gorham war priest would have been capable of. Zargak side-eyeing, just knowing that he had a gut feeling. Well, if that's all you plan on discussing right now, there's some matters I need to address. He'll walk off. So, what do you guys do? Alright. I mean, to be fair, Pedro could start today just by, like, grabbing. I mean, if he has the spell slots, he could grab people that aren't doing anything. I think Mia's thematically Mia's Inma is helping with the burials. Alright. Alright, so if you're just using your teleports to, like, abduct one guy, what is your path idea? To use, like, 3 teleports to get you to the Iron Empire. Yeah, I sure did. That's 1 teleport? Alrighty. Oh. Oh my god. Oh wait, I might have read teleport wrong for a second. Let me look at something here. Yeah, and then I went to, but then I just saw 100 mile per caster level. Hold on, let me look at something again. It 3,730 miles is what I meant to say. Yeah, sorry. That he would have given you the correct answer. I just didn't read correctly. The miles I'm using are based on a distance between 2 countries in real life. You guys did bring a horse. Oh, okay. Yeah, do you want to like come up about this? I think that's really funny. Like Hater, in memory of you defeating the horse fucker, we give you the horse. As soon as you said conquest, I just saw Hater going like, they don't even give me a name, just a position. Hater. All right, all right. So yeah, I was gonna say so. Sometime during the you taking care of everything and Pedro zips off. Hanzo disappears. Mystery people. And we'll get back to that in a sec because I have pager questions. Um, you go ahead, Joe. You have the horse in tow. All right, so he's writing in some papers in some tent. He'll stand up and he'll give you a salute as if you earned it. That's Nori in the background. Yeah, Hater will go. That's quite all right. I don't deserve that. I yeah, yeah, I was gonna say it's not a lot of, but anyways, yeah, yeah, a hater will go. I I suppose. I mean, have you heard of the gift of the white elephant? Not particularly. It's not as if I don't know how to ride, but uh, a land-based animal is a little limiting. I mean, that being said, as he like puts a hand up, like, I don't need like a griffin or anything either. I'm not asking for that. I wouldn't even know how to ride one to begin with. It's just, I'm more than capable of walking. I apologize. Right, of course. Uh, Likewise. People can just see Hader through the tent flaps, like putting his hand in his head in his hands, like, nah. Go free, random horse. Nay. Oh, you don't want to either? Come back like 10 minutes later. Hey, Hater, do you want some sausages? I made them fresh. I guess the question is like, are you going to like leave it in the stables, or are you just gonna like lead it outside the camp and just be like, go run free, Buttercup. All right, yeah. So yeah, I guess yeah, the general when you explain it that way, he'll just go, uh, "Thank you. I'm sure some of the residents might need it to start their farming again." Yeah, the general nods. All right, Pedro. What is your teleport route looking like? Yeah, so you could give me a geography. That would be. I mean, it is distance based. I see what you're saying. You could just scry that area. I guess. I guess that could be your target. You would just not be familiar with it at all. So I mean, that very well could be your target. I mean, there's a lot of sky everywhere, so there's gonna be a lot of familiar, like, you know, similar destination spots that won't really matter too much. And teleport can target you in the air, yeah. It's just most GMs most GMs don't do that because that's like a death sentence, but for people who aren't prepared. But also, this is Harlonde, baby. That's not an issue. Yeah. The other thing is like on target is like crazy common. Like Pedro shouldn't be stressing too much. Like let me throw this out here. Like look at that on a normal teleport. Oh, let me show this on stream. Yeah, on a normal teleport, that would be on target. And since Pedro has not viewed any of these locations, he would be off target anyways, except for the last one, which is on target, so who cares? Uh, yeah, that's true. Now, I was going to have a thing where you're going to, like, teleport into a random adventuring party and they're going to attack you because you were just suddenly there. But, since you're just teleporting to the outreaches of your spell every time, you basically are just hitting random spots of the sky. So, yeah, I guess you drop Arnold off, and then as Jason gets his last level in and everything, and you guys take, like, some time to reamass the party at the Iron Empire. I'm assuming everyone's fine with that. There's nothing you guys wanted to add at the end. Okay. No, no. You should fucking tell the party that you know how to become immortal. Quentin walks out. No. I think that's this. We can make this good roleplay about you wanting to change out of your character, Nori has walked up to Zarget for the fifth time today. What's this item do? Like, we're starting to realize the Alzheimer. We're starting to realize that Alzheimer's is taking him. His son suddenly shows up. I'm here to put him in a home. He told he told you he was 30? No, he's 70. Yeah. All right. Okay. Let me go into Mia real fast. I didn't erase it. Okay. Mia has a cloak. I I I mean, I'm starting to hear enough of this stuff. I'm like, maybe I need to do that GM thing where I organize everyone's items, but I just hate the concept of that. But I see some of those like D&D shorts where the guy's like, "I'll add that to your inventory." I'm like, the GM is like micromanaging everyone's inventory. On the one hand, I ah okay, okay. Give me a second. I'm just updating the timeline notes. You guys are now yeah. That's that, and then this is very good. Okay, okay. It's almost the new year. Almost. Depending what calendar you're using. Old world calendar, it's almost the new year. The Empire calendar has like a month still. But yeah, if we're looking at the timeline note, since the beginning of your adventure, it has been 7 months. Just saying, seven months in this time you guys have like done all of this stuff. It's fairly jam packed, I'd say. Yeah. Alright, so yeah, Magic Street is the like I said, one of the greatest downsides to playing like full evil in this game is that Magic Street will become unavailable to you. To be fair, if anyone's going like crazy with power kind of shit, they're gonna end up doing something in Magic Street. Like when I showed you that the Bard or the Cleansing Light in Magic Street, like some players were like, I'm gonna attack them. I'm like, alright, this will be good. Um okay. Alright, so you guys have some new letters. First off, this is for Inma. Do you guys take Inma's letter? Yes, I mean, actually, no, I don't think it is. Not for you. No, let's say, like, it should be. Actually, no, I don't think you've ever seen a fucking thing that they've ever written, so. Now, I will say this. Because Steven's not here, we could have Inmo read it, and then you guys could just look at it in case this is important to you, pertinent. It doesn't really matter, I don't think. It tells you things, but I've yet to see you guys use the letters for like the my god information. You know what I mean? This is the other letter you get. Yes. People are like, who the fuck's Larue? And then Hanzo walks up. You poor racist people. You should remember what a dwarf looks like. You know, like the Iron Empire dwarf. If you want, I can read it. Yeah, I mean, like if you like if you want, I can do the reading in like the as you're reading the letter, like his voice goes in the background kind of thing. All right, put on that southern drawl for me. Okay. Well, yeah, just read it out loud as Balloon. This is also like a really long time ago. Joe, kill your brother. Yeah. I'm also, I'm also thinking, like, I guess I should, like, maybe we should read the letter addressed to Inma. Because even though I don't think there's going to be anything in it, God forbid, I don't need to see you guys, like, read it a week later and go, we would have done something differently had we known. So let's just say, I'm just saying, you people have done this stuff. So, not really, but I'm sure you're going to look at something and go, hold on, this was important. So even though I'm not thinking there is, you're going to. So I'm just going to show it in a second, but. So, here's this. Yeah. But yeah, who you want me to read this like the voice, or are you gonna? Someone wants to read this. I mean, if you speak louder than him, yeah. Everyone reads over in the shoulder with her. I guess I should quickly ask, who here knows Draconic? Okay. Yeah. She left us. I mean, you guys left her there. You didn't go pick her up. You guys walked away. Yeah. So it goes. It goes. I'm trying to find the water fox so I can scroll along with this. It goes. Gonna do water foxes? What the fuck are you on about? Yeah, I know. I was trying to. The water fox is what I have as a browser that I stream on. This is the. I know, because every time I'm clicking on it, I end up clicking on my Firefox. So I'm. So I was saying I was trying to find the right fucking browser to read along with this. Dear Inma, I write to you today after having received a letter from a mutual acquaintance, in which he shared his sentiments. Amongst them, a curiosity of mine involves his statement on the Crimson Pirates. He portrays them as little more than brigands and mischief makers, a characterization I believe does them a disservice. Admittedly, their reputation is cloaked in vivid tales, many of which have likely been embroidered, embroidered. Sorry, I can't read the cursive very well. Embroidered by those with more ink than truth. Given I have had the occasion to observe them with my own eyes, and what I saw was not a band of ruthless marauders, but a group bound by a curious sense of honor, unity, and even kindness. There is a code they follow, not one etched in law perhaps, but no less compelling for its unwritten nature. Of course, I do not mean to romanticize them, nor suggest they are without fault. But would rumors be all one listens to, then we would all find ourselves in the roles others assign us to. I would at the very least like to hear from you about this, as the words of some of your companions are not without their own interpretations, in which they view the whole world as against them. Maybe it is. Maybe you see things differently, or saw things differently, etc. Maybe you saw things differently. I have not finished my search in Carisso, but how my quest goes may depend on your response. Sincerely, Knack Knack. Yeah. Yes. I love the fucking random stroke Pedro suffered at the end there. The reason that it came so late is because she just turned back every time she saw a man was mailing the letter. No, you. This has been in your mailbox for a while. You guys have just been in the fucking Eisenlands for like a fucking month. Okay, I'm just explaining that this has been technically sitting in your mailbox for a while. Yep, there's Dear LaRue. Hashtag true. Nothing. And as you've learned over the week, nothing of interest. Let's go gambling. Alright. Alright. So you guys teleport back to the Iron Empire, and I guess you're gonna try and get in contact with Viral. Simple as. Alright. I mean, yeah, the party has access to useful, I guess, gates. Very well. All right, let me do this real fast. Here's the Harlonde document. Okay, I got the information I need. But I'm not done. I have to find character advancement real fast. Eh. Okay, and then there. Okay, that's right. All right. All right. So yeah, I got the information. Thank you very much. You know. All right. So to save some time, you mean you go through the rigmarole of like, because every time you've gone up to him, you have yet to be like, we need to talk to Viral. You're going to take me there. You guys have been every time you're just like, yeah, we'll wait, right? Just making sure. All right. So going through some going through some sped up bureaucracy because I mean, Zark, there's just like a fucking like blood stained like gnoll with red hair the size of a house just sitting in like a tiny plastic chair waiting for his number to be called. Um that's great. So yeah, you will eventually be escorted over to a what's the word? Viral. Yeah, a viral. Um yeah. Yeah, Viral 2 is just when Buggy reforms without anything except his feet and hands. So yeah, the party amasses into a cramped little office where there's a Viral there, smiling. And he'll go, took you a while. Well, I gave you an opportunity to come back with the army. He goes, ah, pitter patter. You say it'd take longer, but I've got plenty of the information I need already from some people that have come back, so. But, then he waves at an hour hammer at you. We're not here to argue. We're here to talk payment. He's smiling at you. He goes, fair enough. Straight to business. And he takes out two things. One, a sack of gold that he just drops on the fucking table with a hefty thud, and the other, a small stack of paper bills. I mean, in a way, it's the mystery box. Yeah. So Viral goes, I'll let you guys pick which one you'd rather be paid in. This 2,000 pound bag of gold, or, and he picks up the sack of paper and flutters it about, this, what, half a pound stack of paper bills. And he slaps it back down on the table. Feel free to count both. I mean, I was gonna say, you should be more concerned that Viral can pick up a 2,000 pound bag of gold with one hand. Okay, yeah, and when you say counting in that regard, Viral like puts a finger on your hand as you reach over, and he's just like, you can count once you pick. Oh, it does. Oh, you're getting paid fairly. You're going to get paid one way or another. You just pick between which one you'd prefer. Gold coins, paper bills. 2,000 pounds. There, he, yeah, he goes, he opens his mouth and doesn't say anything, and he goes, "You don't want to play," and he reaches over and takes the paper money away. He goes, "You can lose," and he hands you the like. He just drops the fucking weight of gold on the floor, which somehow does not destroy the floor. And he just goes, "And you're getting paid either way. You got your money." 'The Abyss opens up under Pedro and takes the next staccato. 100,000 gold coins in the bag. This will take you, I think, a year to count. Why? It is a, it is, it is a, it is a comically oversized bank vault kind of bag. It's a 2,000 pound bag of gold. Yeah, but when you said what kind of size of the bag, I thought you were just going off the basis that there's 2,000 pounds. No, no, Kieran, I'm saying Kieran, I'm saying when you said that, I wasn't taking that as you actually asking me. I thought that was you being judgmental. Like, there's no way that many coins fit in a bag. Like, this is the kind of bag that if Zargak upturns it, a small dragon could claim it as a horde. Yeah, yeah, but coin shiny. Yeah, I mean, you never agreed to a specific payment either, just the vague payment that Viral paid. Yeah, like Viral said, either way, you guys are getting paid. Either way, you guys were getting paid exorbitantly well. So getting mad that you were not given the exact number, like that was another part of the bargain, anyways. Yeah, but Pedro, first off, I wouldn't accept work from somebody that's not telling me how much you get paid. So already, no. And even then, if you go to the guy and he goes, both of these are more than fair payments, just one is paper and the other is solid coins. I mean, I'd probably pick paper because I'd rather have paper money than 40,000 quarters. But that's again using real life metrics. Yeah, the thing is, if somebody said you could have 100 American dollars or 100,000 yen, I mean, they're both paying you roughly the same thing, but one is worth more than the other, and I could convert the American dollars most everywhere else, unless I'm in Japan, in which case, yeah, I'd want the yen. Mia will walk up to you guys debating money, and she's like, "So are we done doing all those awful things?" She stares at you blankly. Well, wait, sorry. Can you say that in character so I can have her ask? No, no. When you said, "Oh my god," that. Okay, sorry. Sometimes you guys say things, and when I act like they're in character, you say, "No, that wasn't in character." Yeah. Okay. So since Kieran is delegated that's in character, I'm gonna have Mia turn to him and be like, "Why? What's so important about the ring?" Okay, I guess the way you say puts it in her hand, she'll hold out her hand like, "Gimme." Why? Doesn't it work on all the fingers? Oh, aren't they all ring fingers? Sorry, so Zargak, you point out the finger for her. She goes, "Oh, okay. That's so sad. Can you not get married, Zargak?" Yeah, out of character. It's like, yeah, it depends if you're from a matriarchal tribe or a tribe that's dead. Um, yeah, men wear the collar, women get the chain. Someone knocks on your. I want to take your wife. Okay. Okay. When you try and put the ring on her middle finger, she scoots it towards her ring finger, like she shifts her hand. What's the game plan, Pedro? All right. Yay! She says. She was never informed, so Pedro can decide. Did I hear Pedro say I'm going to go check? Be the left hand, no? I was gonna say, I guess. Okay, sure. I was gonna say, Pedro, considering where you're from, I believe we'd be following the ancient Chinese culture of you are a rich person, you go and get match made. Like you like I'm sure there were people that were just like, I grew up with this woman and I like her or whatever, but like you being a noble technically, you would just get a matchmaker to say this beautiful woman is good and whatever, or if you were a woman and you were one of Fang's wizards, they would say this beautiful man is stupid as shit and is handsome and is what you're looking for, right? To be fair, I don't think anyone's trying to marry you off in Fang's court, Mister. I have a fucking tail and ears. Um, I was gonna say your mother met Mia already. Actually, you're right. Your mother has met Mia. Maybe they will try and set something up. But you said something about AC. What'd you say? Oh, you gave her a ring of protection +3. Okay. Sorry, I thought you gave her the ring of regeneration. My love, Hanzo's love for me is keeping me safe. All right. Can't wait for her to run up to your mother again. We're engaged. Can you look at my timeline notes? How long have you known Mia? Slow. Crystal Dungeon, Dark Forces, Shadow Scar. No, no, no. Hold on. Where did it make You had me at Shadow Scar. Here we go. It's like month 6. No, yeah, that's you bought her a bed on month 6. Um, Friday wakes up Aokoni. Yeah, yeah, it is like the beginning of month 6. Uh, Whippet influences Johnny Rotten. Buying Mia and training Mia into a kineticist was month 6. So yeah, you have known her for about a month and you were engaged. Yeah, you yeah, he's known her for like 4 months, but still. Yeah, you've been dating her for a month, but you've technically known her for 4 months. They were on the hold hands phase. We're engaged. Yeah, true, true. Yeah, and we'll just do it without you knowing. You'll just be sleeping and you'll be like waking up in a tux. Rasmus's like, it's fine. It's just until death do you part. I might have to refill my water glasses. I'm down to like my last one. It's not cold anymore. It's good turn to a shopping session. Okay. All right. So you just send Mia off for shopping that way. Okay. Okay. Fun Lance. Jump. And I think we discussed about the price on the one end, and you ended up saying that you're going to treat it like an early firearm, so it should follow the pricing of the other thing. So you were saying something like 3,250, but I was saying it needed to cost like 3,000 more because of the other weapon that is just 3,000 more gold in the first place, more expensive. That's basically the same thing, but you said you're going to make it function like the what's the fucking thing called? Pathfinder firearm. Yeah, just drop. Yeah, what do you actually have written down? Because it's been a while since we talked about this. Because there's the thing I post. Yeah, you do have the lance at a times two because I thought you also the lance is a times three weapon normally. I know a lance does times three and it does double damage while charging on a mount, so it can do up to times six. Okay. Well, it does double damage, so it's not times four on a lance. It specifically says double. Times three, and then you times do that. But yeah, yeah. This is Demon. Let me move over to there. We go. Harlonde. But yeah, that's the thing. It's basically just a times six. Combine them into anytime you would double damage, you actually get to add an extra times one. So if using Spirited Charge with a lance, you do times three, and then you create, you do times five. It's, eh. Alright, I guess, this is... It's a really weird rule. Jason's making me download stuff. I hate him, I hate him. Just the fact that there's stuff on my computer now. I hate you, I hate you. 40 kilobytes on my computer I don't need. Yeah, that's news. I have a life insurance policy. When I die, people are just gonna suffer. Uh, dude, the chef environment is encouraging. Uh, are you sure you? So it's a double weapon where one end is a lance and the other is a rifle, meaning you have to turn it around. Like a musket axe. Yeah, I was gonna say a musket axe and stuff like that aren't actually double weapons. Great, but it's only considered that for the purposes of payment and stuff. It's not actually like yours is a double weapon explicitly, so you might want to rewrite that. Is what I'm saying. I get it. I'm just letting you know what you have written would imply that you could hit somebody and then fucking quickly switch it around and go bam, which is which is cool and all, but that changes the price. Besides, you already have a thing called bayonet shot down here. If you hit the lance, then you may immediately make a ranged touch attack. Yeah. feet. It just has a musket at the end of it. Okay. Because you keep saying rifle, and when every time it's not the advanced weapon rifle, it's a musket is what you're using as the basis of stats. Yeah, if we want to be more sticklery about this, you really should call it a musket for the weapon thing, because rifle is its own thing, but whatever. Um, yeah, that's what I mean. Now, like I said, I'm just letting you know because you are just using a musket, but you keep saying rifle, which is something different. But yeah, I guess. But yeah, oh great. So yeah, for that price, sure, you're using the early firearm. Sorry if that's bothering you how I'm saying certain things, but my thought process is if I don't correct any of this stuff, it's gonna just get worse when someone else makes something. You know, might as well make sure there's no confusion about stuff. Yeah, I mean it's gonna turn into a shotgun in my mind anyway. So, uh, what was that Wakame? Yeah, that was Pedro. That was you. No, I said you said Akame because you did. Incorrect. Yeah, he said Wakame now, but earlier tonight Pedro said Akame. I said Akame, then Pedro said something about that, but it was getting drowned out. We Orange Piccolo. All right, so Jason, you go to the ship and you start working on your invention, right? Just so that it's noted, while you're inventing your thing, as you're putting, as you're making your knife wrench, as you're looking at a musket and hammering it into a lance to see if that works as an initial product, the small baby griffin is going to peck and mewl at your leg. Seeing as how you, seeing as how you don't speak griffin, it just sounds something like, "Ah!" Yeah, it bites your finger when you put your hand out. It's just chomping on that. It's just chomping on that metal. Okay. What Pat mentioned an important thing. Do you have handle animal? Not this one, not yet. I don't want to hear anyone get mad that I said not this one. I understand you're going to get a baby boy born one day, and you're going to say it's so intelligent, but I'm just going to be shaking my head going, this bitch don't know times tables. Um, just a Bobby. Yeah. So yeah, how do you search for its food since you are the providing adult here? I mean, to be fair, you could just say you're just looking for food, but I mean, we can go somewhere if you're willing, Jason. Okay, all right. He's outside of this ship. All right. So as you're walking along the like you see a pet food store or whatever as you're heading towards something as you're like approaching it, some shady guy in the alleyway is just like, "Hey kid," he says, you taller than him, I'm pretty sure. "Hey kid." Oh, okay, yeah. He's like, "Oh, I'm talking to you. I'm sorry. Hello, may I take your coat? Hello, young lady. Are you looking for something to?" Yeah, all right. So when you walk past him, um, he, I guess he'll just be like, "Well, I guess you don't want this griffin food." He's like, "Yeah, griffin food," he says, air quoting it. uh, uh. Well, when you cast detect lies, give me a sense motive. See if you're, see if something inside of you tells you otherwise. Yeah, thank God. Yeah, oh, okay. I was for a second I thought you just had a 15 flat because I was like, thank God, because someone who's been using detect lies to check on fucking everything should have no sense motive. Am I right? But yeah, all right, 19. Fair enough. But anyways, yeah, 19 is not 20. So no hunch. So yeah, this guy seems all right. Air quoting, how fun. Why don't more people talk like that? Um, yeah, you go up to him, huh? That seems quiet, and you quote honest, and he goes, "Yeah, you get it." He goes, I couldn't help noticing that earlier you were at the army offices and you had a little griffin, and I have some of this here pet food I've been trying to get rid of, and as you know, and he's like points at the wall of the pet store. Big corpo doesn't want people to have this stuff. It's too good for them. They want their customers' pets to be hungry and on the teat of suffering, as he looks to see if you're even like accommodating his like random sudden shift into like anti-capitalism. Um, he goes, fair. He goes, now you could probably get in there and 500 gold, get a bunch of slop, a bunch of garbage, crap that makes your animal full but not happy. My stuff. might cost twice. And he like holds up like a can, you know, the fucking SpongeBob snail can. He holds up like a can of food. He's like 1,000 gold. Now I did say it's cheap, and it's because it is for what it's inside. And he's he like, you know, this sort of thing. It's gonna make your griffin grow up big and strong. I guarantee it. Yeah, there's gotta be vitamins in there somewhere. Yeah, out of character. He's just like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I never said they were the best. All right, all right. So you pull out like 1,000. Yeah. All right. So you're giving him 1,000 gold. All right. So yeah, he gives you the can. All right. Ah! And then the guy's just like, yeah, yeah, cute pet you got there. All right. And yeah. So yeah, you go feed it, and nothing immediately weird happens. I mean, it's not trying to eat your finger anymore, but you haven't known your pet very long enough to know if that's weird to it. Uh, and Jason, just in case we forget, so tell me when you're ready for it. Like, you'll have a fully grown and very confused Griffin tomorrow morning. This is just how they grow. Now, we don't need to do the Griffin part immediately. That's what I was telling you, just in case we forget. It should be a thing, but technically you guys do other crap before that happens. So, who else is doing stuff? Okay. Uh, give me a, well, how would you like to try and find it? Yeah. All right. So give me a diplomacy check as you try and gather information. All right. Hanzo, high in his other life from D mod, expecting good things to exist. Um, some people will say that what you're asking for is a bit more difficult to make than a true frost elixir. So I mean, they'll lead you to stores where you know some people claim to have it, but they're either always out of stock or they say stuff like, "Oh, you know, that's just something I do to get people like you in." But I mean, now that you're here, but with your 35, what? Well, like the guy was saying, he's just lying. But yeah, I was gonna say, with your 35, you will eventually, you know, you're getting jerked around for a couple of hours because people are like, oh yeah, I heard a shop that does that. It did in fact not do that. But with your 35, you will catch wind of some guy where, you know, as you're moving around all the stores, some guy will walk up to you. He's wearing like a brown, you know, fucking turn. This detective ass guy, this guy that looks like a Fallout companion, walks up to you, and he says, "So I hear you've been looking for a true frost elixir for fire, huh? Can't say that that hasn't been tried before." Fire's and he like starts picking the dirt between his nails, not looking directly at you. He goes, "Real popular these days." The detective will go, "Well, that's the thing. It's not as if people haven't tried to do it. It's just that just because one thing works doesn't mean it works the other way around. You know what I'm saying?" Hey, who said it was impossible? I think I just happen to know the kind of guy that you're looking for. But, he's kind of, secretive. He doesn't just let anybody come his way. He's raising an eyebrow at you to see if you are picking up what he is putting down. Alright, when you say that, he goes, "Well, those are other people. We're talking about somebody that can make something that others seem to have an issue making. He's not wanting money. He's wanting somebody more understanding. Somebody that can help him out of a bind. Get what I'm saying?" Well, if you're willing to do him a favor, he might be willing to do you a favor and make you a client. Depends on what you consider illegal. That's kind of fair. He goes, he's been looking for access to a certain region of sorts. Something that you can only get from the Phoenix Lands. Seeing as you look quite Phoenician yourself, he's giving you an eye. I assume you're still in your fox form. If you want, you could ask. I'm sure he'll tell you. He goes, "Well, if I'm not mistaken, you're Hanzo." "Yeah, popular. That's a fun way to put it." So, if you'd be willing to get a regent of sorts, uh, you know, from your pops, then I think we could make this year friendly interaction. Get set up my friend with your friend, and your friends with my friend. You get what I'm saying? Well, that's great. Uh, how long you think it'll take? Well, we're not looking for a full bottle or anything. I think he only needs a little bit, like a vial will do. If you're taking us, the tournament's gonna be soon. If not, we can push it off. So technically, I think the tournament is due in 10 days. But you have a year. Yeah, but actually, yeah, since it's almost the new year in the old empire, the old world calendar, it's 110 or something. Then, yeah, the tournament's actually kind of close if you're wanting to win it. Guy goes, yeah, the guy goes, well, all right. I guess I'll be keeping an eye out for you once the tournament's over. I'm rooting for you, champ. And he'll just kind of go back around some corner, fading into the shadows, and then poking his head out like 10 seconds later to see if you're still there, and poking back in. Um, Alright, let's waste more time as Hanzo's diplomacy. Go, go, go. Alright. With a 41, you absolutely will hear that you are one of Fang's, bastards. Um, where people are getting that information, who knows, because it was hard for you to find somebody that told that information. But the fact that it's true is concerning to you. But again, you rolled a 40, so like most people aren't talking about you. Then you roll a 40, and some guy's like, yeah, I heard about Hanzo. One of Fang's, fought a few of the other more impressive ones at that. I'd keep an eye on him. Here he's a beast folk. I No, no, with a 40 they would use your name, but that's not the name that you're hearing most people. Most people are just referring to you as Hanzo, like you were at Shadow Scar. Some people are saying that you fought Aizen which really wasn't too long ago, so really impressive that you got that. But again, you rolled a 40, so you are getting information that is harder to obtain. So most people are just talking about you being, Hanzo, you're with these guys. Most people view you unfavorably. They say that you're violent. I love the unison of people going, that's true. I mean, with a 40, I mean, for what it's worth, since you're talking about Hanzo, I mean, a 40 will also get you little blurbs on everyone else, like, Inma is some sort of, like, servant of Pharasma, and she's incredibly lustful for a cleric. Or Zargic is some sort of, or Zargic is some sort of giant knoll that, she's, like, killed her family, and that she's now trying to, like, run away from her past. And, they'll say we've seen female gnolls before. They're bigger, and they'll just not accept that correction. Well, that's what they're saying. She that Zarga killed their family so that he is running away. So the idea is like she's running away because she killed a more important female. Again, you're just get people aren't as informed as they are about everyone. Um, but Pedro's also getting a 40, so there are some people saying Zargic is male, but people more than not are saying Zargic is female. Entirely because he's large. Yeah. Um for fucking yeah, I did Enma, I did Zargic. For Nori, they'll just say that he's your run of the mill um bodyguard. You know, he's part of that weird clan of people. You know, something's probably wrong with him since he's not bodyguarding for like a mercantile clan. But you know, that doesn't say a lot. He doesn't make that many impressions on people. Yeah, last dude, isn't it just the last? Oh yeah, I guess. Sorry, I was thinking Whippet's dead, but Whitting. There's not a lot. There's not a lot of talk about Whitting actually. I mean, if you're 40, you will find people, but most people um talk about like Whippet instead rather than Whitting. Yeah, yeah, no, it should be more like I guess between both of Jason's characters. I mean, some of the rumors end at Shadowscar, but they persist. Like there will be stories about Whippet being at Arkenholt. You know, like you know, I heard that party went to the living mountain that hates everybody, and they're like, what about Whippet? Are you kidding? Whippet made it so mad that it yelled for so long. That's how they got in. It's like with Whitting's story, like they're mostly just talking like, yeah, they have this like hireling that follows them around, like carrying shit for them. Like, I mean, they talk about Mia. It's just Mia is just there's some woman with them that heals them, nothing special. And they go Inma, no, this is some other thing. Oh, her. Oh my God, she's still alive, isn't she? Joan walks up to you after feeding the thing and starts biting your finger. All right, all right. How do you make it? All right. I guess you can have a +1 since I'm not giving you the full bonus. Yeah, about Valoon, you kind of get there's two sides to this, and I say this because Valoon also doesn't always stand out. There are people that will speak poorly of Valoon, saying that he is violent and crass and snobbish, and then there are people that say Valoon is an excellent representation of other races about how they do not give themselves a bad credence by acting like savages. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. So yeah, Valoon. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Valoon also has like negative press about him, and then the people that do give him good press are just kind of being like, well, I mean, he's very well and maintained for non-human. Um, the guy's like, I don't know why people keep calling me homophobic. I'm not scared of houses. Um, Oh yeah, I'd like to point out, by the way, Pedro, since you gathered information on yourself and by extension the party, since the number was so high, I have to mechanically tell you the world views the party, the Hands of Avarice, in a neutral expression. People neither dislike nor like you guys, on average. The thing is that there are people that dislike you, and there are people that like you. But on average, most people just view you neutrally. Also, I was gonna say, when you say it doesn't feel that way, sometimes do keep in mind that a lot of people who are neutral towards people do treat people like crap. Well, to you guys, you're gonna say it feels like being treated like crap, so I'm just cutting the middleman. I'll be right back. I need to get more water. I'm starting to choke. Yeah. Mia goes, how come you haven't done that yet? That would have been useful. Alright. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get water. Did I miss something important? No. What the fuck have you guys been talking about? Okay. I'm so tempted to be like, Kieran, if you'd like, you have a once per adventure like lightning burst from your penis. There's the SpongeBob thing. Write that down. Write that down. I guess me sorry, not me, Arnold, since you're the way you described it, will like move and he's just like, it makes you a little bit younger. What if you drink enough of it that you go past being a baby? You go back in your mom? Yeah. Arnold points to Whitting like he's raising a really valid point. What's funny is the mechanics of the potion would put humans into puberty again, technically, like, acne, teenagehood, and everything, based on what Pathfinder says adults are for humans. So you drink the potion again, and you get the voice cracks and bumps on your body. Yep, all sorts of people can go fight there. Let me throw this out here. Remember when, if you guys wanted to pick a less challenging adventure, going for the fucking tournament would not be a less challenging adventure. Just throwing that out there. I mean, to be fair, Fang's an alchemist. Mia's like, it doesn't? I mean, yeah, come on. Come on, balloon. And Mia's like patting her in the back. You're special. Like I'm thinking because of, because I'm saying Mia's like patting him in the back and everything. I'm just seeing that fucking Avatar: The Last Airbender like thing that somebody edited the dialogue for, where Aang is just like, "I hate killing things," and then Katara is rubbing his back, going, "Except this pussy." Like just Mia in the back. Mia, as soon as you say that, Mia gasps. I know who can move a mountain. Kone can turn into one, so surely, yeah. He wants. You haven't touched the fire one either. You haven't touched either of them. You, the creation of the magma heart potion is first we take a frostfire elixir, then we add 14 ounces of red 40. I'm gonna just make it so that he goes. Let me. You've given me the immortality I seek. Now let me give you the fire you wish to forever burn. He pulls out a frostfire thing, takes out a rod of uranium, and just puts it in. And he goes, "This should do the thing you're looking for." You're like, how does this make them immune to like weaken to fire? He's like, this irradiates them. What do you mean? You fucking just kill them. Alright. I don't know, it changes every all the time. I mean, people die in it, but it changes all the time, whatever the challenges are. To be fair, even if you go there just to lose, I mean, you meet a lot of people, to be fair. Because, I mean, typically, typically people that sponsor somebody to try and win for them do try and resurrect the people that die, since, rich and cheat death and everything. But technically, Hanzo is your sponsor. I feel like not as many people are willing to try out the tournament, like try and win for somebody else on the like. So if I die in this tournament, you're not resurrecting me. I am very poor, and what are you paying me? Less than a resurrection scroll. All right, let me try and beat some of the most powerful people that money can buy, I guess. We have canonically that every time you talk about resurrecting, Inmo like snaps up out of her sleep and looks around. When you say rumors about us are starting to spread, Mia goes, "Yay!" This is why people have a hard time giving rumors about winning. I was gonna say, do you want to segue that to be like, I go chain squawk shot, and then some like minutes later you hear him go, "Holy shit!" All right, go ahead, roleplay that out. Roleplay that out. I guess if you start if you start heading out, you see a fully grown griffin, which no, it'd be 2.5 weeks now. was gonna say, if you want to investigate the can, you will see that it says Griffin Food in really poorly made detail. Guess you can give me a sense motive. Okay. That's good. Oh, I mean, for you, you have a hunch, but also because what he's saying is considered an impossible lie for you, you would have succeeded on like a six. Okay, yeah, you try and use your scent. Give me with your percent ability. Give me perception. These are definitely things that smell like chemicals. Unfortunately, 15 is not high enough for you to identify what kind. Yes, but that does become the SpongeBob meme where you put your tongue on it. Just the yeah. Okay. Yeah, you I just find the All right. I mean, that's really what it is. Yeah. Uh, Here it is. Here it is. Um, it smells like it is some sort of alchemical reagent, which you might refer to as a spell called Advance the Years, where on a failure, the target permanently ages so many years. It was, you know, like a D10 enough. Gr- Griff Griffin, here, if you want the key numbers here, give me a knowledge arcana since they're a magical beast. 21. They're mature around the ages of 4 to 5, and they can live up to 70 or 150 years even. But much like many species in this game, they die younger, like around 25, because of the adventuring crisis. I mean, I could have rolled a 3. He might be a young man still. I don't know. I should point out, like, what Jason got on his nat 20, he should also know the spell is instantaneous. So I guess the potion has been watered down by all the food. Yeah. Advance the years, but yeah, on the if they fail to save, which your Griffin obviously did, they age 1d10 years. That's the effect. Just that I'm letting you know, mechanically in character, you know it does that. It doesn't know common yet, but you can teach it as an FYI. So I'm just gonna keep going. Okay. I Yeah, it's so weird how you could just like pull in a chalkboard and in 2 weeks it's just gonna be like, yes, quite. Let me check. I thought they were magical animals that could speak it. You're right. Language common cannot speak. Pathfinder decided it didn't. Yeah, All right, it'll follow you if only because it knows you bring it food. All right. So, by the way, this the 8,000 gold I was supposed to add into your fucking loot from Hero. I think all that money's just coming from your constant going back and forth to Magic Street. So yeah, you're going to Magic Street and you're looking for that ring specifically. Shouldn't be too hard. I think that's a fairly common item, honestly. Okay, Pedro, verify with me since you're staring at it. Amulet slot. All right. Okay. The fucking yeah. Some guy will say, yeah, I got an amulet of multiple kinds of speed. Like you're like looking around Magic Street, and at one point when you think you're about to get hit by a flasher, we're like, hey, yo, the guy like opens up his jacket, and it's just like wall to wall on the inside, like amulets with different like creature heads on it. And then on one there's like a little shrunken human head, and you're just like, what's that one? And he goes, that's the amulet of human speak. The guy goes, he goes, yeah, I didn't think you would need it. You're already speaking the damn thing. All right, yeah, I'll let you go this time. If you realize it, you can go back to him. He's letting you go. If you realize something later, you'll know where to find him. Okay. I mean, yeah, it's wait a minute. All right. All right, you run back to the guy. He's like flashing some other person who's like, "Hey, yo!" And he's like, "No, no, I got merchandise." This is just like, "Yeah, I can see that, buddy." And the guy keeps walking away. He's like, "Damn, why don't nobody want to buy these things?" Hey, it's you. He goes, "Why would they think I'm flashing them? All I'm doing," and he just like opens up his thing like Secret Squirrel all over again. He goes, "Why would I be doing that for free?" He starts rubbing his chin. So it's sexually gratifying, you say? uh, well, I should probably charge more, but people ain't buying the thing. Those fucking humans making the whole world speak their language, am I right? I'm sorry. What creature are you? Maybe we can finally get one up on them humies and speak something that ain't theirs. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Do you know how to speak Glork? You do know how to speak Glork? Yeah. Ah, that's a lot of things you know how to speak. Well, so anyways, let's just keep speaking human, I guess. Anyways, 4,000, since nobody seems to want to learn how to not speak without it. Squash Shot goes, "Ah, right! Right, right, dick! Work on dick! Dick, dick, dick. Like, it's pecking away at the ground as it says that. Yeah, yeah, so and the guy goes, "Hey, before you go, I'd like to test something." And as you see him, like, with his coat closed, like, reaching under it and pulling down his pants. Alright, so after Whitting comes back to you, as the guard said, yeah, we had to arrest him after he tore off a man's penis in public. Um, that's why we're returning him to his parents. Here you go. Alright. So the birds behind him, see, dick! Yeah, can we put Squawk Shot's like eyes currently like cross-eyed while he speaks? Yeah. Okay. some of the Daves are like, we've been trying to pretty women her for weeks now. A griffin will be take cake. One of the Daves is like walking up to you with his wrist up in the air, and he's going, "No, darling, Pretty Woman's a stage play. We should take you sometime." And then he looks at Hanzo for like the, "Can I get a day off, boss?" The Dave start running up to Gay Dave like he's a hero. 2 days off. Gay Dave's the level 3, by the way. Okay. I was gonna say the fourth level one is dark secret, not gay, gay Dave. Oh, okay, in case some people that don't know, there was in GURPS was where this joke started, I believe. You can take a flaw that like is basically you can have a character sheet that just gives you extra points by having this set up on your like roleplay feats, where it's dark secret gay, dark secret actually not gay. Yeah, like it's definitely against the spirit of what those rules were set up to be, but you are mechanically allowed to do that because some of their examples are like you can have a gay character where his dark secret is that he's not gay. And so you can do dark secret gay where you are trying to hide the fact to people that you aren't gay with the caveat that you aren't gay while being incredibly flamboyant, I guess. Yeah, but it's definitely one of those things people only did not for the funnies, but rather the oh boy, two free feats. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, yeah, that exactly. But that's what I was joking about by dark secret, not gay, gay Dave. Just since and some people might not remember those old stupid things from GURPS. I mean, you guys all know the sentient floating blueberry muffin, right? That's still popular. Uh, Alright, well, we don't need to slow down everything. I can tell you later. Carry on. Okay, so moving through Magic Street to get to the Phoenix Lands. It's 10 days before the tournament. Really, I guess really we should say it's more like it's 8 days until the tournament really starts like coming into like full swing. It's like a New Year's thing. So like technically next month. So you have to ask around a bit. I'm not asking you to roll because we know you're gonna pass. I'm just letting you know this isn't like a oh the streets are a buzz with it kind of thing. Like people if you ask people will inform you, but it's not like there's like celebrations haven't begun. So you do have enough time to join. You will find that there is a small entrance fee to ensure that they weed out the people who are inadequate. Like, yeah, I mean, pretty much. It's like it's only 5,000 gold per person to enter, and it's just there so that fucking homeless people can't go, like clogging up the thing with smelly no names. And also, after you do the 5,000 gold entry fee, you need to be further approved with a trial. Something that can be done in a day, mind you. Like when you ask what a trial is, it's just like they're going to test you. It will be revealed about 30 seconds before each gimmick happens. Yeah, like you're like, do we know what the things are this year? And a couple of people chuckle, thinking like, oh man, you're funny. No, it's a competition. There's all sorts of things going on. Is there always fighting? About every year there's fighting, but even the final round isn't necessarily a fight. It's just like if you know what's going on, you would have an unfair advantage because the people that set this thing up keep it a closely guarded secret. And if you do know, if you do have that, and if you do have that unfair advantage, then you best not let people know that you know that you know. Did Steven join the call for a second? Okay, when you said Steven was gone, I'm like internally freaking out because I don't see him on the online thing because his image is different than his main Discord image in there for some reason. Like this is Steven here, the guy with the sun god face thing. But elsewhere in Discord, he has like a blue like slime girl. You know what I'm talking about? That's why I was like, I don't see Steven. But anyways, hey Steven. Let me quickly let me quickly hide the Discord so I can look at the direct messages you sent. Did they accept gold or paper? Here's Steve. Wait, Steven called me in the middle of the game. I'm not gonna answer that. Anyways, okay. Anyways, Steven, this is what happened with the golden paper thing. Viral set it up, told them the weight differences, where it's like, 2,000 pounds of gold or half a pound of paper, and Zargic wanted to count them, and then he's like, okay, and then Zargic went to count them, and Viral's like, yeah, I misunderstood, you can count them afterwards. And you said, I'm not going to take either until I know what they're worth. And he goes, I told you their weights. And then you're like, well, you gotta pay us. He goes, you're getting paid either way. And they argued, and then then Viral said, fine, if you don't want to play, you lose. And he handed them the gold. And then the party said they're never accepting a job from Viral again. Except they accept shiny quarters. Also, Inma, you got a letter in which Valoon's feelings were hurt. I mean, Neck's letter also refers to his feelings getting in the way of what could be true because Neck disagrees with him, and Neck directly asks Inma what her opinion on the matter is. It does. She asked what Inma's views are because she does not think. Oh, yeah. No, Inma. Yeah, but like Steven, Stephen Neckneck explicitly says something in here where, let me find this. Um, the words of some of your companions are not without their own interpretations in which they view the whole world as against them. Yeah. Yeah, it's just a thing where it's, I mean, Inma can write back a letter or whatever, you know. I mean, Knack was with you guys complaining about all your stuff in the Phoenix land, so that is also part of her interpretation, where she listened to some of the stuff you guys are saying and went, yeah, alright. I would say if you want more mail from your allies, you should probably write more letters, just as an aside, because you have not sent enough letters to people to make them just casually mail you on their own terms. People have only been responding. Just throwing that out there. Well, that's because Stefan has also explicitly set like an agreement with you, and Stefan is currently on like vacation, which you could also view it as Stefan's been on vacation for a while. Maybe you should look into that. Yeah, yeah. I think he said it was an old friend, and that implies in and of itself because Stefan is ancient. Yeah, yeah. Joe keeps mentioning that it's a storm giant, which also makes it like live for a long time naturally. Hello? Hold on. I don't... Something's happened to my desktop audio. I don't think it's picking up what you're saying. Hello? Oh, man. Yeah, check the stream. Something might have broke. Fucking doodled it. Yeah, hold on. Is this getting your sound? No, it's not. Hello? It's just not working entirely. Hello? Yeah, its sound just is not working at all. Yeah, OBS might be fucked. Hold on, let me turn my headset off and back on. Maybe that'll mech. Hello?
Hi.
Okay, well that's
Hey.
that's gonna bleed back in.
It's working now.
It will.
Yeah, it's working.
Hello? No, it's not. It's something with my headset is not making it work. Yeah, but are you hearing me now? Are you hearing yourselves now that I turn my headset back on? It's me, not you had to say something. Yeah, my headset is doing well. This is good. I mean, nothing super important happened. Just Jason's Griffin got aged. Let's see. Maybe could you go earlier in the stream? When did this break? I'm asking you to go to the VOD so that it doesn't fucking repeat into itself. Dude. The whole time? Fuck. Yeah, I thought Pedro checked. Well, that's a real shame.
Do a recap.
I didn't hear that, Joe. I was turning my headset off since it doesn't fucking matter.
I was gonna say you were gonna have to do a recap thing.
Yeah, we're gonna do a recap.
Yeah, no, it seems like it's you the entire time.
Pedro, why didn't you tell me? You're supposed to check.
I checked at the beginning. I heard people doubled.
Let's see.
Beginning, David might not have his headset on, too.
My headset's
Sometimes
off
it
right
does that.
now.
No, I bet at the beginning of the.
No, my
in
headset
game.
was on from the beginning.
Okay.
See, if I don't have my
you just
headset
said the
on...
24/7 roulettes thing, and I know that we reacted to that, and nobody said
Yeah.
anything. There was no noise whatsoever. That's 20 seconds into the fucking VOD.
Yeah, see, the thing is I need to have a headset on, because otherwise, if one of you guys speak the same time I'm speaking, you're going to bleed into yourselves.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, it seems like we've been muted the entire time, but
Yep.
we've got you.
Plus, I have to manually mute myself every time on the OBS.
Well, what we can technically do is, since Pedro's also living in a bit, we can essentially just help decide or get some options of what we're going to do next, and it just becomes a shorter session, and then we start fixing that issue. Depends on how you want to do it, David.
Well, if we were going to table when Pedro left anyways, because you guys are just deciding on what to do, and you're at an impasse, like just an early session of just transitioning between things, if that was the plan, I thought you guys might want to do something, because, I mean, Pat hasn't said anything yet. Pat's been talking about potentially switching out a character, but...
it is. That's why I said the thing, because we're going to visit the visit One Mile, take a few games in day as like quote unquote a vacation. So it gives us time to decide something, and if Pat wants to swap, he has at least some time, depending how he wants to do it.
Well, I want to swap, but it's more of a how to do it.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying
Smoothly.
in game you now have days. So if you decide that you do want to have not retire, it can be while on vacation. You're like, you guys, I want to retire. If it's otherwise, you then can insert that. That's more what I mean.
Yeah.
As soon as we start going towards the Phoenix Lands to do the quest,
I'm gonna
he's
turn my
like,
headset back
Not
on.
with
I'm turning my headset back on. I'm going to end the stream here, so we'll do something in a second. I'm gonna just